Here we have for sale our 2019 on a 69 plate Ford Transit Custom. This is a 300 model, meaning it has got the 3-ton gross vehicle weight. This one is the L2, or the long wheelbase, and the quickest way to tell that is by this little gap here behind that moulding to the rear wheel arch, and that tells us, as I say, this is the long wheelbase version. This is a limited, which is the spec level, and we'll talk you through that in a lot more detail as we go around the vehicle of what comes on a limited model. This one has got the 2-litre Eco Blue diesel engine producing 130 PS, roughly 130 brake horsepower, accompanied with a 6-speed manual gearbox. So as I say, what we're going to do in this video, let's have a really close look at the spec, also at the condition, and we'll talk you through things like the service history as well, and what we've done to this vehicle during our preparation, because this vehicle is currently available for sale at the time of recording. Now, before we get into the spec and condition, I must mention the VAT element on this particular vehicle. So there is no VAT to pay on this van, and the reason for that is that the previous owner was not VAT registered. So a big saving there for anyone watching this interested who is not currently VAT registered. So looking here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is quite unusually actually spec'd with a rear tailgate. So a tailgate is one door which comes up like so. The other option which you can get is barn doors, which you see more commonly, but there's certainly some benefits of having the tailgate as well. On a limited, you do get a number of elements which come colour coded. That includes the bumpers, so the rear bumper, the front bumper, wing mirror caps, these trims down the side of the vehicle here, and also bits of trim like that there above the rear number plate. So really does give the van a much more sort of executive looking feel, does set it off very nicely indeed. Now, as you can probably tell, there's a number of things which have been added here. So that includes the rear spoiler there, which gives it a nice sporty look. Also things like the black roof bars, the black side bars, the lovely alloy wheels, which I'll show you a bit closer on, a bit later on in the video. Also on a limited, you get parking sensors. You can see here integrated nicely into the rear bumper. We've got rear parking sensors. You also get front sensors as well. And in terms of condition here then, having a really good look at this tailgate, you can just see how clean and tidy this is. I'm just looking for any little blemishes. There's a tiny little touch in just there above my finger. Not sure if you can see that, but otherwise the tailgate is looking absolutely lovely, and you will notice that as we go around this video. I'm very picky, so if there's anything that I can see, I will gladly point it out to you to allow you to make an informed decision when buying. Opening up the tailgate then, this is when we can start to have a look inside the rear of the vehicle. So we can see that this one is fully ply lined, brand new ply lining in the back of you. Anyone that's familiar with the vehicles that we sell will know we do this on a lot of the panel vans that we sell. We put brand new ply lining in the back. The ply lining is there to protect the vehicle, so it's not going to cause a nasty outward dent in the side of your lovely new van, and just a fantastic blank canvas to start working with. So you can bolt racking, or even if you're using this for leisure purposes, lots of things that you can do there. Now this one has got a couple of LED lights there at the front, which I can see, which is a very nice little feature to have. You won't see much of a benefit in this sort of light that we've got today, but certainly in lower light conditions you will be thankful of those couple of LED load lights there. You can also see the factory fitted bulkhead, which is removable. There are bolts around the outside, you can take that out if you wanted to, and there's a little flip up hatch down there as well to get some longer load lengths in there. But all in all, of course, brand new ply lining, but you can see the inside of the painted areas, absolutely lovely condition in here, and also the inside of the tailgate as well. Really good order throughout. There's also a tiny little touch in just low down there on the tailgate as well. Moving then down the passenger side, this is where we can start to have a look in these sort of more dynamic angles, looking for any dents or scratches or ripples or anything like that down the side. And hopefully, as I'm sure you'll agree, looking absolutely stunning in the sun here today. Now I can see a little pin dent just here, roughly above my finger. We will have our paintless dent removal specialist have a look at that, and a couple of little chips just on the sort of this little sort of swage line here, and that one little mark just there, but tiny little, two little chips just there, which I can see. If we open up the side loading door, a couple of tiny little marks here just on the handle as well. Opening up that side door, we can then start to have a look inside the rear of the vehicle from this angle, and again, just fantastic condition. This one has got a ply floor. Often you see these with a plastic floor in the back, but this one has got a full ply floor, and this allows you as well to see the tie down points which are in the back of the vehicle dotted around as well to help you tie some cargo down. Let's have a look at the alloy wheels which I mentioned then. So you've got a nice set of 20-inch caliber T-Sport gloss black alloy wheels. These are fully load rated with load rated tyres, so you haven't got to worry about that, and they are totally brand new, so no wear, no curbing, absolutely spot on. If we open up the passenger door then, we can start to have a look inside the cab, and looking at the passenger door card, all in really good order. Same goes for the passenger step. If I pick this little mat up just here, you can see that we have got a lovely set of rubber over mats in the front, which I do like to see. It just shows an element of willing from the previous owner to protect the vehicle. Looking in the cab here at the seats are in lovely order. There's no rips, tears, cigarette burns, anything like that. If I flip these forward, you can see even how clean it is. And there, our guys just do a fantastic job when it comes to preparing these vans. Little fold down work tray in the middle, a couple of cup holders there, and also somewhere to store your paperwork as well. We'll come around to the spec from the driver's side when we get round to there in just a second. But first, let's have a look around the front here. An absolutely gorgeous van from the front quarters. I say the front end of the van here, we've got the nice Ford Trail front grille, which just totally transforms the front end of the van. Of course, the Limited comes with these headlights, which has that lovely LED daytime running light around the outside, and we've also got a nice front splitter on here as well. I say accompany that with the colour-coded front bumper, front parking sensors, front fog lights as well. It's a gorgeous looking front end on the van. A couple of stone chips which I can see, again, just been neatly touched in the correct colour. Just a couple of, I say, small blemishes, as you'd expect with any used van around the front end just here. Looking then down the driver's side, and this is where we can really, as I say, have a look down that long panel there for any dents or marks, and hopefully you can see in the reflections how clean and tidy that is. Again, just a couple of tiny little chips here or there. There's a hairline mark which I can just see here. It's very faint, probably won't actually be able to pick that up in the camera, but very faint mark there, but really not a huge amount to falter on exterior wise, and considering the mileage, you really would not think it has done the mileage that it has done. Opening up the driver's door then, lovely condition there of the driver's step. Again, looking at the floor inside here, hopefully the camera is showing this carefully, because as I say, very bright here today. But the rubber overmat protect the floor. Driver's seat is all in lovely order. You've got plenty of adjustability here. So you've got height adjustability. This is what they call thigh adjustment of the front of the seat. Looking at the driver's door then, that driver's door card is in lovely condition. Electric windows, electric folding mirrors, that's how those operate there, just by pulling this dial back towards you like so. Auto activated lights and wipers. You can see we've got two full flip remote keys with the vehicle. Up on top of the dashboard then, you've got plenty of storage up here, and you've got a 12-volt socket and a USB port. I've got my phone plugged in. The reason for that is that the Limited of this age comes with the brilliant Sync 3 screen, which is what you can see here in front of you. That gives you Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but just an absolute game changer with to have in a van. Gives you things, as I say, like your Apple Maps. You can listen to your podcasts, you can listen to your music if you want, all seamlessly as you would do on your phone. You can even navigate via Google Maps or Waze if you prefer to do so. I say you have got Android Auto capability on here as well. If you don't connect your phone, you can just connect it via Bluetooth if you want to, and you've got DAB radio on there as well. Just a bit further down then, we've got air conditioning, heated seats, heated windscreen and heated wing mirrors. All of that comes completely as standard. Another USB and a 12-volt socket just there as well. Looking at the gear stick, 6-speed manual gearbox I mentioned a bit earlier in the video, but one thing to really note on this particular one is the lack of wear to it. It's really nice to see that. This leather part here is very common to see worn, but for this miles, lovely to see that. Looking at the mileage then, and you can see the dashboard there, no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard, all absolutely spot on. And up to temperature, 68,923 miles. Like I say, it certainly doesn't look like that in terms of the condition. Lovely condition inside here. Same with the steering wheel. Very little wear to the top of the steering wheel, which is so nice to see. Cruise control on the left hand side with your volume controls underneath that. On the right hand side then you've got your onboard computer controls just there. But as I say, fabulous condition inside the cab of the van. So just to summarise, 2019 on a 69 plate Ford Transit Custom 300 long wheelbase limited with a tailgate, which is so unusual to find, no VAT. Now we do hold a lovely service history with the vehicle, 2 previous services being done, one at 25,000 and one I believe at around 53,000 miles. And during our preparation we have given this van another full service, and I believe that included brand new rear brake pads as well. So the vehicle is absolutely ready to go straight away. Lovely condition, lovely spec, and quite an unusual spec, and of course, as I mentioned, no VAT to pay. And this full fantastic styling kit as well, which just sets it off so nicely. Now if you'd like to see the full advert, if you haven't seen it already, please head over to our website, bridgeendvans.co.uk. This is where, as I say, you will find the photography, the price and the description of this vehicle, and of course all of the other vehicles that we've currently got in stock. There's a number of ways you can contact us via the website, but you can also give us a call on either of the numbers listed there at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange delivery of all of our vehicles nationwide. We can offer finance at competitive rates. And we can also take cars or vans in part exchange. Thank you very much for watching.